welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Nathaniel King and your host for this session. I have over 25 years of experience in working with computer software and over 7 years of experience working with cloud and AI. In this session, we will explore enterprise integration patterns, basically integration styles, and you might have read the book from Greger and Bobby's book called Enterprise Integration Patterns, identifies 6 main integration styles. So we will just go through those styles and we'll try to map those styles with the existing Microsoft Azure um, patterns and also services required to fulfill these styles. So let's go through it. Information portal is the first one. Um, it provides a unified interface often used for employees and customers. We will go in more detail next slide. Let's summary here first. Second is data replication, synchronizes data typically for analytics and reporting purpose. Then we have shared uh, business functions, expose reusable logic so we don't re-implement the same code in multiple systems. Then we have service-oriented architecture. It is also called SOA, breaks a system into loosely coupled services that communicates via APIs. All right. Then we have distributed business processes where workflows span into multiple applications and multiple SaaS applications, and we use Logic App and other services to combine these and bring information together from each of these systems or from and to these systems. So that's very much like distributed business processes. Then we have B2B integration or business to business integration. In this scenario, we secure data exchange with external partners such as suppliers or distributors. So these are main 6 styles, identified by Greger and Bobby's. So now let's go through each one of them a little bit, more detail. So the first one is information portal. So information portal provides a single user interface. uh, Data is displayed, not necessarily stored or processed in the portal. So you can see here in the diagram, you have one at the top, a portal or a dashboard. It doesn't store the data. Basically, it's accessing the 3 yellow boxes at the bottom. So these are 3 different systems. It accesses from there. And could use API, could be something else, might be file share or whatever. So they access this portal accesses information from those systems to display on the dashboard. So information portals allows user to access data from multiple systems through a single consistent user interface, right? So user doesn't have to jump from one system to another system. They have one dashboard or one system where they can access all the information they need for their work. So the portal does not need to own the data. I already told you in the earliest, and it simply retrieves and displays it. This is common in employee HR portals or customer self-service dashboards. You will see these things very common there. Okay, so the next one is data replication. In data replication, data is copied between systems on a schedule or a near real time. Normally, it happens during the night. Sometimes you need real time. Then it's also possible that they talk to each other and get the data from X system from Y system. Now it helps uh, one system. The system needs local performance and basically offload the load from the X system to Y system, and it can also be accessed offline. And the third one is used for reporting and analytics and data warehouse scenarios. So if I put it this way, in data replication, we copy data from one system to another so that it can be used for reporting, analytics, or performance improvement. This is very helpful when the source system cannot handle direct query load. So in that scenario, we use data replication, or when data must be shaped differently for downstream systems. So in that scenario, we store data in data lake, and then we have different processes which basically massage the data, and then it can be used by downstream systems. All right. So let's move to the next one. Now the next one is shared business function. Uh, Common, basically we have a common business logic sitting at centralized place and is used by both of them. Now it avoids duplicate logic across the multiple systems, and also typically implement a reuse services or libraries. So it's a, put it this way, in shared business function we have a centralized common logic, so we do not need to rewrite the same functionality in multiple applications. So it helps us to reuse the same service and ensures consistency and reduce the maintenance efforts as well. Okay, so let's move on to next one. Then we have service oriented architecture, also called SOA. Systems are, in this scenario, systems are broken into independent services, and services communicate via a standardized interfaces. We call them APIs, and then final is encourages reusability, loose coupling, and scalability. So it helps us to achieve those things. The next one is distributed business processes. In this scenario, a single business workflow spans multiple systems, and this is very common. You will see in integration when you are working with multiple systems like Workday, Dynamics, or Maximo, or something else, or Salesforce. So in that scenario, you will apply distributed business process, and in this, to complete one process, you have to talk to multiple systems. Okay, and your data flow both ways. All right. So the next one is requires orchestration and coordination. All right, then we have support complex flow and approvals. The next one is business to business integration. In that scenario, data is exchanged between organizations, so there are two parties, external, they are not internal, so they both are external, so they need to exchange data. So it means we need security, trust, agreement, and a standard format to communicate with each other. And the final one is basically we need to specify, or we need to document, we need to standardize a schema that both systems or multiple systems can understand, or multiple parties can understand. So in this scenario, we have a system, those are external. It could be supplier, it could be some government organization or something. Those are not part of the organization, so they communicate with each other with using this style, business to business integration. Okay, so now we have talked about different styles. Now these styles maps to our current patterns. So if I look at the information portal, is very much equal to composite UI, or backend for front end, or gateway aggregation. So we combine these things to get information for our to implement information portal style. Now we have data replication. In this scenario, we use ETL pipelines, materialized views, CQRS. These patterns will be applicable to data replication. Then we have shared business functions, API gateway, facade pattern, because we are talking to common service, so it provides a facade. Retry and circuit breaker will also be useful. Now, when we come to service-oriented architecture, SOA is very much like we're talking about microservice. It's a queue-based load leveling and publish and subscribe. Now, the next one is distributed business process. In this scenario, we use orchestration versus choreography. Saga patterns we use, and we're compensating transactions. So what I'm saying here is we need something to complete the process. We can have a logic app, we can have something else. If you're thinking about compensating transactions, you might need to use Saga pattern along with it. Now, next one is business to business integration. In that scenario, we use B2B messaging, EDI pipeline, partner agreements, and publish and subscribe. So these are the main patterns we use, these things. The next one is mapping between these the services and these styles. Again, I'm saying Roger style. It's not Roger style. It's a Bobby style or Gregor style. I'm sorry, some mistake there. Information portal. We use different services, like we can use API management, commonly used. We can use Power Pages, Power Apps, and Power BI embedded. For data replication, very common to use Data Factory, Synapses, and Synapses data pipelines, ADLS, integration runtime, and for shared business functions, we use again API management and Azure Functions and app services. When it comes to service oriented architecture, so it's a microservices, so we use AKS, and we use functions if event driven, and service bus and APIM. Now the next is distributed business processes. In this case, we use logic apps, durable functions, workflow, orchestration, etc. Now, final one is a B2B integration. In this scenario, we use Logic Apps because Logic Apps is good service to talk to external services, and integration and APIM also. If they want to talk to us, then we need to have APIM as a front service, which will basically look at the security and all those things. So it says APIM Edge Security. So APIM serves, because we have policies in API management, we can use policies. We can have JWT token, and we can also use VNet to secure our services. So that's all from style point of view. Now, thank you very much for your time and appreciate that. Please subscribe to this channel, and I'm sure I'll try to create better more videos that can help you in your integration journey. Thank you very much.